Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Love Island USA Season 7 postseason. It is the gift that keeps on giving. I keep saying it, y'all. I keep saying it. There is drama. We got Olandria's mom laying the people out on Facebook, which we're going to get into in a moment. But a couple of housekeeping things. So remember I did my recap of the Keke Palmer interview, and I mentioned in there that Shelly had mentioned how, you know, she's level-headed and all this and that, and how everybody came to talk to her in Olandria and all this and all of that. Well, Austin now has come out and said that he liked Olandria, that was his top 3 girls, but also said in another interview that Shelly, his mom really preferred Shelly, really liked her because he said that she was level-headed and provided a sense of calmness over Austin, because you know Austin would be crashing out over the littlest of things in the villa, right? Next, we got to talk about Clark and Taylor. Clark it. So they have a brand deal with Arby's, y'all. And they have a cute little commercial. The only critique that I have is it looks like, because it's like they're sharing curly fries and recreating like the Lady and the Tramp kiss. They're eating mozzarella sticks. They're drinking Jamocha shakes and everything else on the ranch with the horses and everything else. However, it looked like when Taylor bit into the alleged roast beef sandwich or whatever it was supposed to be, it looked like he was just biting into the foil. Make it make sense. But outside of that, everything else looked pretty good, right? Olandria has confirmed that she has been meeting with some management companies to try to work on getting her stuff in order, because there have been brands that have been reaching out like, Olandria will not answer our calls, but she has been working behind the scenes. And then last night what happened was Taylor was back in Los Angeles because him and Nicolas had an interview. First, people were speculating that it was Keke because of who followed who and everything else. However, looking upon the set, it looks like they're going to be on Nick Cannon's podcast, the one where he's like playing spades with everybody, allegedly. So we will see if that rings true within the next week or so, if in fact it is Taylor and Nicolas. And why did Ace dropped a diss track? Ace dropped a diss track, and low-key, I'm here for it. I might do a breakdown of it in a separate video because I think it's funny. And he really addressed all of his haters and people making height jokes and saying he still won with his girl and everything else, and that he can spend 100 stacks on Rodeo Drive. I am here for the shade. And it's funny because all of the ops were in his comments. And I believe the video has several millions of views. I believe the last time I checked, it had like, I want to say it's around 8 million views. I might even be off at that point, but I think it has like 8 million views or something on the Instagrammies. He did briefly post it on Tickety Talk and then I guess deleted it or removed it. I don't know if it's going to be posted there again, but I was here for the beats. I thought he slid on the beat, y'all. I was feeling it. So let's get into, though, what Olandria's mom said. So there's a Facebook group called Love of Reality TV, right? And it has, I think, over 300,000 people in this group. So Olandria's mom says the following, y'all. And we gotta talk about it. She said, y'all witches with a B. Y'all witches with a B be reaching. Who cares if you don't like Olandria? She's not made for everyone to like. My daughter is far from a mean girl. She just doesn't take no ish. Y'all just soft as F-U-C-K. She was raised not to take ish from anyone and to check any witch with a B that comes at her sideways. I'm loving the energy. I am here for all this energy. Y'all want to create a mean girl narrative about someone who just keeps it real and calls you out on your BS. And you know what BS means. You can't be a girl's girl to someone who's fake. She's not sneaky. She just sits back and peeps-ish. It's easy to sit behind a TV screen and judge someone off a show that's somewhat scripted and edited. Whoop! Stop trying to make these young women and men look bad for doing what they had to do or chose to do on a TV show. People who know each of them personally could tell you how wrong you are and how badly you need to hurry up and sit the F-U-C-K down. OMG. It is okay to be a fan of whoever, but you don't have to, down or lie on the ones you're not a fan of. They're real people with real feelings. This could very well be your child, your mom, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, or even you. Heck, I'll even add on some cousins, some grandparents, or whatever else. These people have made it to places we probably never will. Just be happy for them and uplift them along the way. And if you can't do that, then simply shut the F-U-C-K up. I'm here for this! I am here for this! I am here for this! Shout out to Olandria's mom, Felicia. I'm here for all of the energy. I love the energy, you guys. I'm here for it. Listen, let's have a real talk. Let's talk for real. The show ended a couple of weeks ago, you guys. Why is there Stan Wars still on Twitter, still on Facebook, and everything else? I think people have mellowed out a little bit on TikTok. There's still some weirdos in the Instagram-y comments. But y'all are taking everything personal, every soundbite personal, every quote personal that's taking place in these posts and these interviews. And I don't know how y'all are going to survive. And the reunion is a month away. Even though I think allegedly they're taping it a couple weeks from now. But it's a month away from when we're going to see whatever they show us, right? But this is my issue with these new fans, right? Is y'all want to carry on this beef forever and ever and ever. Y'all are treating every single thing like y'all are acting like this is the Beehive, this is the Navy, this is the Barbs, this is, all of these fan bases, the Swifties. Y'all are acting like y'all have to carry this torch 24/7 like it's a job. Y'all are acting like every single day, y'all gotta log into the internet, y'all gotta open the Twitter app and fight for your faves. And I don't understand because the show is over. We have crowned a winner. Amaya has won the show. Your faves are allegedly, either they have management or they're seeking management, and pretty soon after, brand deals will be announced. But all of this activity that y'all are doing on the internet is insane. And then y'all are trying to down Olandria and Shelly's interview because it wasn't messy like Huda's was. But y'all know daggone well, if it was messy, y'all would have dragged them some more and called them mean girls once more. No. There is a different standard and a different set of expectations for Black women on reality TV, and I'm over it. I am over it. You want them to act like it's baddies out here, it's the Zeus network out here, but then y'all drag them and say they're too aggressive, they did too much, they're too argumentative, they're too angry Black women, all of these things. That's y'all narrative, right? And then if they don't engage into the foolery, they're boring, right? That's what you say. You say, oh, they're boring, they didn't give anything because they weren't in any drama. And then out of 30 plus episodes, Shelly and Olandria have like 1 or 1.5 bad episodes. And now all of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're mean girls. Where? How are they mean girls if I just told you at the beginning of the video, they said at the Keke Palmer interview that everybody was coming to them for advice. Everybody was coming to them because they were quote unquote level-headed and, they were the soul of the villa and all of this and all of that. So how can those same people be mean girls? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I feel like we're at this point where y'all are just finding reasons at this point to not like Shelly, to not like Olandria, and I'm over it. I am over it. Why do you think Shelly has disappeared off of social media with the exception of her making a post of thanking the fans and the supporters? Because y'all are doing too much, and there's like 1 million Twitter communities. All of y'all need to be removed. Because I saw the foolishness yesterday where there was 2 separate issues, right? Somebody still is coming for Shelly because she's Haitian and trying to have a diaspora at work. No. And then somebody allegedly, a group chat that was a Shelly group chat of 6 people, I guess they were saying some mess in there, and y'all wanted to try to make that representative of all of the millions of supporters that support Shelly. No. Y'all are doing too much. Why can't y'all just support your fave and shut up? Why do you have to put down other people? Like, I don't understand it at all. Why do you have to put down other people? Huda fans, Huda rats, why are you stalking everything that Shelly and Olandria got going on? And now you're harassing Bella because allegedly her and Jeremiah might be a thing. I don't know. Maybe they'll confirm it or deny it when we get to the reunion episode. But what are we doing? What are we doing? When Jeremiah left the villa, him and Huda were not together. So why is it that y'all are fighting for Huda and everything else? And it's completely unnecessary. That they don't go together, y'all. They're not together. Like, what are we doing? Why are y'all so fixated on all of this mess? Why are y'all so fixated on fighting every day? I don't understand it. Y'all are doing more harm to y'all faves than helping them with all of this fighting, with all of this back and forth, with all of this carrying on. Nobody wants to get online and see all this foolishness. Why can't you just enjoy the content that your favorite Islanders post? And if they don't post, so what? Don't harass them. You don't realize that they're still coming off of the fact that they are entering a newfound level of attention, a newfound level of followers, and people recognizing them from a TV show. But y'all want them to act the way that you want them to act, and that's not how this is going to go. And then you harass them and you spam their comments when they do go live or when they do post something, to the point that Shelly and Olandria had to age restrict their posts because y'all are acting like teenagers out here. Y'all are acting like children. Y'all need to touch grass. Y'all need to find some other TV shows to watch. But this behavior isn't it. To the point that Olandria's mom has to come out and cuss y'all out. But unfortunately, Olandria's mom, I'll just tell you, Facebook don't like the Black Islanders. I'm sorry. Listen, I've been at this season 1, episode 1, and there was a lot of legwork that had to be done season 2 for Justine to get the dub, because it was bad out there for Justine. Like, people think it was an easy win for Justine. It was not. There was a lot of campaigning. There was a lot of work that had to be put in to those Facebook groups, because that is a silent majority of the vote, you guys, that you cannot discount on these shows. And there was a lot of people who didn't like Justine, who didn't see it for her. They didn't care about Johnny cheating on Shelly at Casa more. They fell for all of his girlfriend proposals and all of his grand gestures and all of his foolishness. And they still wanted him to win. They still wanted him and Shelly to win over Justine and Caleb. Now, obviously, we didn't know then what we know now about what Caleb was about. But ultimately, based off of what we saw on the show, we felt Justine and Caleb had the best connection. Ultimately, work had to be put in on Facebook. Twitter was pretty much good to go. Reddit ended up coming around and everything else. And Instagram, I mean, really wasn't a factor. I don't even think TikTok really was a factor then. But nonetheless, there's work that has to be done on these platforms when you're fighting for your fave. But the problem is, y'all want to tear each other down in the process. And that's the piece I'm not about. You don't need to be doxing people. Y'all don't need to be sending threats to people. Y'all don't need to be calling CPS on people. Y'all don't need to be calling people bullies and mean girls and trying to do mass unfollowings, trying to report people, trying to get people's channels taken away, get people's accounts taken away, and all this and all of that. Y'all doing too much. Just focus on supporting your fave. And if your fave doesn't have anything going on, then log off and find something else to do. I don't understand. Is everybody out of work? Is everybody in summer school? Like what is happening? Or out for summer break? I don't understand why y'all got so much time on y'all hands to do all this harassing. Even Shelly spoke about the fact that the level of harassment and things that her family has experienced and the attacks that she's received. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.